Hello there, this is Bob with AskARoofer.com. Today we're going to be talking about ice dams and icicles. Really, Bob? Look at the weather. Pretty nice. But you know what, we had a really harsh winter this 2015, and I got this question asked many times about solving problems with ice dams. Why do they occur? How to solve the problems. So I'm going to start with an illustration. Let's say you're out in the summer and you're going to go fishing with your buddies and you're going to go up to the lake. And this lake has a big dam holding back the water. Well, the lake, as the more water comes in from the tributaries, it rises and rises and it gets higher up the slopes of the beaches, and it's the same thing with the roof. We have what's called an ice dam that occurs when you have a lot of snow on the roofs, like we had this winter in the Northeast. And when that snow melts because of heat, typically heat from the home rising, the snow will melt, run down the roof underneath the pile of snow, and when it gets to the eave where the outside air affects it, it freezes again. And it thaws and freezes and thaws and freezes and thaws and builds up and builds up and builds up a dam, almost like a concrete dam. Thus the name ice dams. And like a dam, it blocks the water from flowing down off the roof. And then, just like a dam, it creeps up the shores higher and higher. Or in this case, it creeps up underneath the shingles, under the felt paper protection of your deck, into your attic and down into your home. Primarily, this occurs on the eaves of the house. Again, it's because the coldness of the winter still is cold enough to refreeze that water and cause it to build that concrete dam made out of ice. Well, what causes that heat to first of all melt the snow? It could be a couple of reasons. It could be lack of insulation, proper elevation of insulation that allows the heat from the living space below where we live. We're comfortable. Heat rises, it gets up through there and gets into the attic, preheats the attic space, heats it enough that it's going to melt the snow up underneath the snow that's on the other side of the sheeting. There's a couple other reasons. This can be caused by lack of ventilation. And if you have proper ventilation, that will always keep that air cycling in your attic, and that typically won't occur, that melting of the snow. You could have maybe a dryer vent that is evacuated in your attic and is just dumping hot air in the attic and not out up through the roof. Maybe the bathroom fan or something like that. There are a couple causes for that, and an inspection by a professional probably should be made to make sure that your elevation of your insulation is good, and equipment like that is ventilated properly, or you have proper attic ventilation. But one of the key components that people overlook is when the roof is going to be put on. If you're going to have harsh winters like that, or you're in an environment like that, you really need to protect your eaves with something other than felt paper. And we recommend a product called Grace's Ice and Water Shield. Grace Ice and Water Shield. It's a product that sticks to itself. It's an adhesive, self-sticking product, and it sticks right to the deck. It seals all the nail holes. And we recommend doing the eaves and a healthy, generous amount of feet past that outside wall. Once that water that's running down underneath the snow, it gets near that outside wall, it allows it to freeze again. And so if you run Grace Ice Water Shield on the roof up past that outside wall, you're not going to have a problem even when you attach your shingles to it with fasteners, because the nail holes are sealed really tight by the product. We recommend an inspection of your attic to make sure you got attic insulation. We expect, and we would like to see an inspection of the mechanical to make sure those are ventilated properly and to make sure you have a balanced attic ventilation system. And you do those 4 things, and you're going to reduce the chances of ice dams and icicles that can be dangerous. We appreciate you visiting AskARoofer.com, asking those questions, and hopefully this will help you prepare for the next winters to come. And check that out. Make sure that you're ready for another winter like we had. They don't happen all the time, but when they do, they can be very frustrating and very damaging to your house when it comes to ice dams. Hope this helped. Have a fine day. We will catch you next time. Bye-bye.